you for joining the If You Cook, I'll Clean podcast. I'm your host, Eli Breeden. Today we have some very special guests, Rashawn and Kelley Johnson. They've been married since 2013, and they're the proud parents of 5 daughters. Each came into their marriage with 2 daughters from previous marriages, and together they have built a blended family grounded in love, shared values, and commitment. Both Rashawn and Kelley were raised on the east side of Detroit in 2-parent households and share many core beliefs shaped by similar life experiences. Though they attended rival high schools, they both went on to pursue higher education after graduation, earning undergraduate degrees in accounting. Rashawn later earned a master's degree in management, while Kelley is currently pursuing a doctorate degree. Rashawn built his professional career in auditing and compliance across several industries, but his entrepreneurial spirit ultimately led him to business ownership. Today, he owns and operates a successful landscaping company. Kelley began her career in K-12 education in 2010 after transitioning from corporate America. She now works at Michigan State University, where her work continues to center on education, leadership, and opportunity. Together, Rashawn and Kelley bring their shared roots, professional experiences, and commitment to family and community into all they do. Guys, welcome my fraternity brother and his lovely wife, Rashawn and Kelley. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. Thank you. Thank you.
Good, good, good. I just want to say that I appreciate you guys actually coming on the show. I met Rashawn a few weeks ago in Detroit. I was there working, and I must say, and we haven't had this conversation, Rashawn, but truly as, you know, just a black man, number one, and as my fraternity brother, you were very embracive and welcoming, and that's how the bros should be. You know what I mean? When you travel, because sometimes it's very, what is the word? It's lonely on the road. So, you know, it's good to have those common bonds that you can share amongst, you know, brothers. So I just want to say thank you for, you know, showing, you know, the bros a good time and introducing me to some other good bros as well. So I appreciate you, brother.
No problem. No problem. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I
And,
see. You were saying, I'm sorry.
oh no. I'm just gonna say, just wanted to set you out. That's I
I
take that
appreciate.
from the fraternity and put it into my family. It's part of me.
I appreciate that. Now, I see you guys are rocking Michigan State and Michigan. You have Michigan dad. So, did one of your daughters go to Michigan?
Yes, yeah. She
Okay.
just graduated this past May.
Oh wow! Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Miss Kelley, you went to Michigan State as well.
That's where I am now.
That's where you are currently, and you're working on your
Yes.
doctorates in
Doctor, thank you.
in what?
Education
Oh, that's great.
leadership, educational leadership.
I should have known that. Yeah, I should have known that. I didn't do my homework. So just to give you guys an idea of what this show is centered around, it's a little bit different in respects to a lot of the shows that are out there. Our show is mostly centered and focused on building up the family. So there's no you know, combativeness, no going back and forth, no divisive rhetoric. We don't do that here on the show. We are finding individuals as well as couples who can contribute to, you know, the uplifting of ultimately our community. Because when the families are, you know, together, that to me is the foundation, and it's a good foundation for the community as a whole to become stronger, if you will. So, got a few questions lined up for you guys, and hopefully you can provide some insight for individuals who are in a marriage, individuals who potentially maybe want to be married, or even individuals who are just, in a relationship. And being that you guys are successful in your marriage, you can maybe potentially offer some advice for, individuals who want to be successful as well. So, how long have you guys been married?
12 years.
Yes.
12 years.
12 years. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
we-
It's been 12 years.
I had to think for a second. I was about to say 13 because I do the
Yeah.
math, but yeah, this year it'll be 13.
Yeah, and 2026, man, is kind of throwing things off a bit because I'm still kind of thinking that it's 2025. So it may even take me some time to get acclimated. But so tell us, where did you meet, and how did
So
you meet?
the easy answer is we met at work.
Okay.
That's like the easy answer. But we
Okay.
also had a common friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so although we met at work and we were coworkers, our common friend is the person who actually kind of pushed us together.
Right.
Okay. 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 And you guys dated for a while before you got married, or I
About
should
a
ask, how long did you date
no,
before?
okay, so no,
So
I can
it was probably exactly a year.
Oh, okay.
exactly a year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so can I just tell this story because this is the
Uh
funniest.
uh.
For our first date, he took me to Vegas.
What?
Yes.
But mind you, at this point, we had known each other for probably
A couple
3
years. Yeah,
years.
we know each other a couple years.
You make me feel
So
bad, Q. I didn't, and I'm divorced, but I was married for about 14 years total. No, Vegas, we didn't get to Vegas for years after we got married.
yeah,
Going
so
on first dates. Wow.
that was our first date. And a year later, I was going to Florida for a company convention or something for work. And he called me while I was at work. It was the most romantic thing ever. No,
Man, I promise you. I promise you. I thought it was slick. I thought
Uh-huh.
it was romantic.
he called me at work and said, "Hey, you're going to Florida for your convention. Why don't we make that our honeymoon?"
Wow. Okay.
And I said, "Are you serious?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna call you back." And I
Wow.
called our church and got with our church secretary and spoke with the pastor, everything, and we got married like 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
I'm
Wow.
serious.
Now,
It
what part of
was
Florida was the honeymoon in?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Orlando is nice. Orlando is
Mhm.
beautiful. And you guys remember your honeymoon, or
Yeah,
any?
well, we were on Disney. It was Swan
I don't
some
know. Swans on
yeah,
top
but
of
it
it.
was on Disney's resort.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
Yeah.
that's nice. And you guys, and obviously you did, but how old were your kids at this time? You remember? Were they invited? Did they go or no?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
okay.
They stayed up at
was
the wedding. So
Uh-huh.
so 15.
13. No, no, not yet.
Wait, so 98. So 15,
13.
12.
She was 12.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was going to be 13.
So
So
it was actually 13. I mean 14.
so
Must be
four, yeah,
so
14,
14, 12,
12,
9,
and
and
7.
7.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
they should all be grown now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. And do you guys remember like the different stages of your kids from the moment you got married up until now? Because
Oh, yeah,
what I always say
absolutely.
is time goes by fast. My son
Yeah.
is 19 years old,
Absolutely.
and that time just flew by.
Absolutely. Yeah, it went by fast, but it was fun.
And being that you
They
guys,
are a fun bunch.
I can imagine, and being that you guys have is 5 girls, right?
Yes,
Yes.
because after we were
Right.
married, we
We
had
had them
each
together.
other.
Oh, y'all had one together.
Right. So we got a 10-year-old.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. So tell me, Rashawn. So how was it being in a house with five girls?
The funny thing is, I think it was easy. And I don't know if my mama did some Jedi mind trick with us, or my father being a military person, it was structured.
Right.
I just kind of fell back and let all them kids do everything. I
Right.
just looked and smiled.
Now,
You know,
do you have sisters?
no,
Wow. Okay, that's even more interesting, being that you
yeah,
don't even have sisters. Hey,
we went from knowing the life of all boys with brothers to
right.
having all girls, and the teenage years is a little rough, but I
Absolutely.
wouldn't trade it for the world. You know,
That's
I wouldn't
great.
trade it for the world.
That's awesome. So, I'm going to ask you the same thing, Kelly. So, how was it in the house with five girls?
Crazy.
Wait. One thing that I do want to mention, and I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
because one of the things that I absolutely remember was, I swear they used to eat toilet paper or something. Like, I just remember going through toilet paper like it was an epidemic. I don't because I was used to, me and my girls were small at the time.
Right.
They were. I have the two younger ones, so they were 7 and 5, I think, at the time. But so I had little ones, and then you have a wife and two older girls, and all this stuff that's going on. It was like, man, this is a lot. I do remember that one thing was the biggest thing I had to get used to, but I wanted to throw that out. But now you go ahead.
It was fun.
Hmm.
It was like, as he said, because I had the two older girls.
Right.
So, we were coming into this and I had teenagers or,
Right.
one coming into teenage years. So, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. When they're all together,
Hmm.
it is a lot of fun. It
Very
is a
much so.
lot of fun.
Very much so.
I think the biggest thing we did with our blended family, we don't use step. Rashawn and I don't. So it's not, this is my stepdaughter.
Right.
This is just my daughter.
That's
And
that, that's great. And I was going to ask you, because I know in some instances, blended families, it can be challenging in terms of different personalities and individuals, actually getting along. So, were there any challenges in that regard?
initially, I mean, we had our fair share of challenges,
Right.
but I think we did a really good job of navigating. I,
Yeah.
I think the hardest challenge or the biggest one, and now they are so close, was Kennedy was used to being the oldest, and my daughter, Raquel, was the oldest. So now you have someone coming in that's like, no, I'm your big sister.
Right.
And they
Right.
had these challenges. And my daughter is horrible in a sense because she was like, no, you're not going to be bullied. You're going to cry, and I'm going to bully you until you stand up for yourself. And one day Kennedy stood up for herself, and my daughter was like, great. Okay, now we're good. And from there, they've just been rolling.
Right. Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a big sister lesson in that. And, I think we're all better for it.
And the cool thing, the mutual friend that we had, she had a son. So my two girls, her son, and Raquel, they all went to the same school. So they all knew each other, prior to us getting married. So, they had that little bond, made it good.
Right, right, and that makes a difference, man. And what I do, what I can appreciate, what you mentioned, Kelly, was that you guys don't use the terminology stepdaughter. Um, I, and I'm sure there are families who, do that, but no one has ever said that to me, ever, because my father, he remarried. My mother passed away probably about 19 years ago at this point now. So he recently, and when I say recently, within the past few years, got remarried, and I say step because we were well in our 40s at that time. So, and maybe it would have been a bit different if I were, or if we were younger, but yeah, so I can appreciate you saying that, and I'm sure that makes a difference in terms of the kids probably gravitating to you guys even more by not using that particular terminology because I would think that it would make them feel like they're separate or they're not truly a part of the blended family. So I can appreciate that.
So I got to tell you this quick story because I
Okay.
thought it was cute. So before Rashawn asked me to marry him,
Mm-hmm.
he talked to the girls. He went and talked to my parents before he asked. And Kennedy, I remember Kennedy coming in the room saying, you know what? I approve of this, and I'm really happy that you asked our permission first. And I
That's
said,
nice.
okay. I
That's
said, he
nice.
actually has his permission. She said, yes, he asked us first. I said, okay.
You know what? That's a dying breed in a different
Mhm.
a different generation, because I did the same thing, but with my ex-wife, I actually asked her mother because she had a stepfather, and I almost feel bad saying step now, being that you mentioned and gave me the analogy behind that. But yeah, I actually asked, and that's a dying breed. I I don't hear of individuals doing that anymore, and I just think it sets a tone, and I think it's a good way to start. I think it's a great way to start because you're not just marrying, that individual. You're marrying their family as well, and their kids are included in the family. So that's important, and that's how the bros do. We just made differently anyway. We're just a different breed altogether. So I can see how you would do that. So one question that I think the audience would want to know, being that you guys have had, have a successful marriage, is like, for, these individuals that are contemplating getting engaged. And I'm glad that you mentioned how Rashawn asked your family. But what advice would you have for individuals who are potentially thinking about getting engaged, individuals that, and we'll take one at a time, newly married, and individuals who are newly entering a relationship? So we can start with either one you guys feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I can definitely go. You know, it's funny. One of the things that I would say is you have to be whole and complete yourself. I think to get into a relationship, they is one and one becoming one, or you know what I mean. But you can't be a half of a person and she be a half a person. Y'all try to create one. Y'all really, it needs to be, so that one and one instead of being one should be like four or five. But I think as an individual, and I don't know, that might sound bad or
No,
I'm
no, 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 no,
I
no,
understand.
no.
but
It doesn't.
yeah. So I just think you need to be whole as an individual. I know initially I got married really young, and looking back, you know, I thought I was a full adult man, and true enough, I mean, I was 22 years old. I mean, I graduated college, I had a job, I had a house. I checked the boxes that I was supposed to have, but it was a lot of life experiences that I didn't have, and I was still finding me as a young man. And I think I won't say it's a certain age to get married, but I think one of the keys definitely is you have to be whole and understand who you are initially, before you even try to bring somebody else into that dynamic.
And I can appreciate that. And while we're there or on this particular topic, so one of the things that we as and I don't want to incorporate the frat into this, but it's almost difficult not to. But as Omega men, one of the things that we truly embrace is Christian manhood. So speak to me, Rashawn, from that aspect, because you were talking about, the wholeness and understanding and knowing who you are, and you're not just bringing, a piece of you into a marriage. You're bringing the wholeness of who you are. So how important is Christian manhood as it relates to understanding and knowing who you are before you enter into a relationship or a marriage?
Well, I think because I'm a Christian, I believe in Christian manhood being the first principle of the frat. But I think if you can think of umbrella and covering, you know, God will cover us as the man, and we're going to cover not only the woman but the household, right? I really think that your faith has to guide you, and it's so funny. I remember when I first got married initially, I would hear people talk about equally yoked, and I never understood that phrase. Uh, Doing it now, I really understand the term or phrase being equally yoked, because I think there are so many things that Kelley and I just mesh well with, and we agree with our philosophies, our beliefs, our everything. And I think you need that faith to ground you and to help guide you in that in that relationship. You know.
That's good. That's good. Kelley, do you have any thoughts?
Um, I guess when I think about like I want to make sure I'm answering the right question.
You
Repeat the
you
question.
you
For me.
you are. So
Okay.
so you
Okay.
got three to choose from
Yes, that's
individual.
what. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
whichever one you want to choose.
Okay. So one, I'll start with from the faith standpoint. It's interesting because I got married young too. I got married right out of high school, and although I feel like I've always been a subservient wife, when you hear young people say that, as you're getting older, you're supposed to, be subservient to your husband. A lot of people reject that, right? And I don't. And I think when people reject that, if you're going into marriage as a young person and you reject that, I think you haven't found the person that's your person that you trust to lead you. You know, being subservient or to your husband, or submissive to your husband, let me say not subservient, let me say submissive, I'll use that term. Being submissive to your husband doesn't mean he tells you what to do and you just go do, and that's not like submissive. Like, people feel like that's him being the boss of you and telling you what to do, and that's not what that is. But what it is trusting that the leader of your household is going to lead the family in the direction that the family wants to go, because the family has set goals, and you have to trust that he's going to do his. Now, is that always comfortable? No, it's not. But you have to trust that. I will say, for any young person that's thinking about getting married, as he talked about you being a whole person, yes, acknowledge that you are a whole person. But I would suggest that you marry your friend. And I want people to really think about their best friend. I'm not talking about that friend that was in your life for a couple, sometimes we have friends in our lives for 10 years, but I'm talking about that childhood friend who is your friend right now. think about marrying somebody who has those qualities that you care about, because people fall in and out of love throughout the cycle of a marriage. You're not always going to be in love. In love is like flowery and superficial and butterflies. That's not what marriage is all the time. But when you think about marrying your friend, even when you're upset with your friend, you want your friend to succeed. So you're not going to do anything to sabotage your friend, because you'll look at that as self-sabotage. If you're looking at your friend and someone that you really connect with, that you want to see grow, you're going to help them grow. If you can't see being sacrificial in some things, now I'm not saying compromising your whole everything, but if you can't see compromising for that person's dreams and goals, and they can't see themselves compromising or sacrificing for your dreams and goals, which means that you have to talk about those things, that's not the person you should marry. So it has to be someone that you can talk to about anything, like anything. You should be able to have honest conversations with that person.
That's good. That's good. That's great. And I just wanted to respond to what you said about, marriage and, the different stages and the different cycles in marriage as it relates to, emotions and feelings and always being in love. What I can say to you is, Rashawn is always in love with you. That cycle has never changed. Just in case you're wondering, that he mentioned you, and I didn't even know him, but before he even mentioned himself, he mentioned you. He said, "Kelley's my wife," before we even had started the conversation. I'm just kidding. I'm just
No, when
kidding.
I say in love, I'm talking that it's always the beautiful butterflies and it's all exciting, because it's just not always like that.
Right.
It's always beautiful butterflies for me, man.
I'm so
Absolutely.
happy to hear you say that.
Absolutely. And being that you guys, mentioned that, let me ask you this. So, and feel free if this isn't a question that you, feel as if you want to answer, but do you find it that is better the second time around? And let me preface this by saying, since this is your second marriage, both of you guys, is it better this time around?
Absolutely.
I would say yes. And I'm going to put that all on me when I say yes.
Okay.
No, seriously, I feel I'm a better person.
Okay.
I will never say anything bad about my ex-husband. As a matter of fact, we're still friends. Like, we
good.
raised kids together.
That's good. That's important.
I think he has a daughter.
That's my part.
That's his part.
Oh, cool.
He has a daughter that's 2 or 3 months younger than our 10-year-old.
Okay.
And if you ask my 10-year-old who is Kay, she'll say that's my sister.
Okay.
So we didn't just blend the kids. We're all blended, but
Right.
Yeah. Kill it, pour it, kill it. I'm about to pour it and kill it. Already know what I wanna mix. Turn up, all up in women voices. Feeling myself, cause I'm wasted. Clumsy as hell, my fault. Just tryna find me a jump off. Closing my eyes while I'm in between. Wake up, don't remember a thing. Drink. It gets you in the mood. Relax, kick off your shoes. No matter what I do, as long as I have a drink, I'm cool. Long day, long week. Wanna drop everything and leave. Can't wait till the weekend comes.